Welcome to Are We Gonna Talk About It with Ty
and Taryn. It is a space where we have candid conversations surrounding
faith, marriage,
family, and ministry.
Here we go.
Let's
talk. Welcome back to another episode of Are We Gonna Talk About It with Ty
and Taryn.
I'm so glad that you decided to join us today. Because today is a day. Today is a day. Today is
that we've never seen.
Oh, that's a revelation right there.
Today is
that's a
day.
prophetic word.
Today, things are going to happen in this day.
Wherever you're streaming from, I'm glad that you decided to stream.
Yes.
Whether you're listening, whether you're watching on YouTube, we want you to subscribe. We want you to like. We want you to engage. We want you to comment. What that does is it allows us an opportunity to get to know you better.
Yes, we want to know. We want to hear from you. We want to know who's listening in. And it always is just encouraging to know that, we are reaching beyond our home.
Yeah.
Beyond just us listening to ourselves talk.
Because this girl get tired of me talking.
Ooh.
She told me the other day, she said...
What did I say? Don't make up nothing now, Ty. Don't have these people out here thinking like... Y'all, I got the giggles today.
Y'all see how she shut me down? She don't want y'all to know
No.
real deal.
I want to know. What did I say?
I said, we spend too much time together, don't we? She said, yeah, I need some space.
I said that. I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I mean, but it's nothing wrong with having space. We're not going to go there again. Oh. But anyway.
You. Man, you know what?
What?
We're going to get there, but we're coming up on 12 years.
12 years.
We are celebrating
October.
12 years.
Ooh, can y'all, wait, October. Y'all feel this weather? Like, the weather, the cold weather said, hey, I'm here. It's fuzzy sock season. Get your fuzzies out. I was about to put my foot on the camera to show my fuzzy socks. Oh, is that dirt? No, that's not dirt.
Dirty holy socks.
Not holy. Hey, that's the real question. Y'all throwing y'all holy socks away?
Don't do that.
Tyler had on some last night.
Do not do that on this podcast.
He had on some socks, and he was walking to the bathroom, and I was like, Tyler. I said, go put those socks in the trash. He don't know. He's 6 years. He just put socks on, but those were ready to be released. I release you.
She using him as an example to get to me.
I didn't say it.
Sometimes you can't fill the hole in your socks because you're working so hard. Now you ain't never seen my toe hanging out. I'll tell you that. You ain't never seen my toe hanging out. But your heel be
Okay. Stop. Yeah, your heel be like.
You ever seen them shoes they used to call Heelys that you'll run and then just start running?
That's exactly what you look like you've been doing.
And my socks.
Okay. Yeah, y'all. So it's October. We're excited because we have an anniversary coming up. We got cold weather coming in. We got a 12.
It's hoodie season.
It's hoodie. It's
my
fuzzy
favorite
sock,
time of year.
Hoodie seasons. But
hoodie season.
I was just surprised with how extremely how it entered the chat. Normally you kind of can pace yourself with the cold weather. Like, okay, getting a little cold between jacket, take the jacket off midday. Okay, we're good. But it's starting to be cold. So it has me wondering what is the rest of the year going to look like?
We had to turn on the heat yesterday.
We finally turned on our heat. Finally.
When do y'all turn on the heat?
I was not, but we only put it up just 1 degree, just, knock the chill out and that's it. But I was not ready. Not because it's we need to save money, but it's because it's still October. Normally we're not used to turning our heat on in October. So
and listen, here in Charlotte,
weird.
North Carolina, we have not seen snow in 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been 2 years since it snowed. As a matter of fact, I think last year we might have we had freezing rain.
Yeah.
Last year. That's about all we got. Our kids have not seen snow in 2 years.
You want to see snow?
Yes, I do. Just for one day.
Oh.
Just for one day, dry up, and then we're good. Long enough for the kids to play in it. This is what my son did this morning. Your son.
What did
we went outside. It was cold this morning. We went outside. I could see the
ice,
the dew,
your
breath in front of your face.
Okay, got you.
I was about to use a word for it, but I don't want to use the wrong scientific word.
Yeah, don't do that.
You can see the breath in front of your face. And Tyler was like, it's like you got a candle in your mouth. And I was like, what? He said, it's like you got a candle.
I'm glad he said candle
said-
and not something else.
Our kids save.
Same. Yes, a candle. Yes, you're right.
Like,
Just
you
a
got
candle. Not
And I was
anything
like,
else.
Bruh, coming from Columbus, Ohio, where you seeing snow as early as late October in some years. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, and late into the season, every single year piled up on the light post. For me, looking at my kids, I'm like, man, I've done a disservice to my kids.
They okay.
They I remember the first time.
They
and then
don't like cold weather.
No, they don't.
They don't like
The
to be
first
cold.
time-
Now, what's interesting is Taylor don't like to be hot.
Yeah,
She got that from
I
you.
give you that.
She got that from you.
Yeah, we're ready
Yeah.
to take off that coat
Uh-huh.
outside in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe we'll get snow. We'll see. But
I'm good if we
you know
don't.
what we
but-
are getting? 12 years of marriage coming up. Yee! Woo, buddy. We are in this building. 12 years in
Does
the
it
thing.
feel like it's been 12 years?
It does not. And that's just because the pace of life and
Mm-hmm.
all the things, like, you know, it doesn't feel like it's been 12 years. What about does it feel like it's been 12 years for you?
Can I answer honestly?
Yeah, are we going to talk about it? I said going to.
I
Okay.
feel like it's both.
Are we going to talk
It
about it?
feels like it has and it hasn't. It
I
feels.
can see
it
that.
feels
Yeah.
like it has because I think every season of our lives, it's like God is throwing something in there to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Almost it's like right when we begin to settle in and get comfortable, it's like he throws something in
Say,
there.
all right.
Yep.
Watch this.
Discomfort enters the chat.
Oh, you wanted to get comfortable?
I'm saying every time, and so like that part, I feel like it's made it feel like, man, it don't feel like it's been 12 years.
Yeah. So-
But then there's another side of it that's probably some of what we're going to talk about today,
Okay.
where it's just like, bro, it's been 12
been 12 years
but
and
there
I
be days
still
I'd be
don't
like,
know
yeah, it'd be
you.
like,
I still don't know you, man.
who is this woman?
Like you?
I'd be like,
okay,
Adam,
you
like, who
gotta-
is this woman you gave me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm still
all
trying
of
to
that.
figure this one out.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, all of
12
that.
that is
All of that.
definitely on point with today's
All
episode.
of
That's
that.
what we wanted to do today. We wanted to just have a candid, open conversation about 12 years, being married for 12 years, what's happening in this season of marriage for us,
Yep.
where we're headed, you know, wherever the Lord want to take us. You know what? I've learned to live whatever your will is, Lord, life. Nevertheless,
There's so much I want to say right
don't
now.
say it. I
There's
know
so
what you
much.
want to say. Stop it.
There's some things that she's not sharing yet.
Stop.
I was just throwing something. But I will say this
Oh,
though,
my
on
goodness.
that note, God, we believe that God spoke something to you the other day that is just shaking up some
Just
things along those
shook us
lines. Was just
all
like
the way up.
right when you think you got things figured out, and today we're talking about marriage. Even in marriage, you think you got things figured out, and then it's
you
just
don't.
like I've heard people say about God, I'm willing to throw away everything I don't know about. I know about God in order to attain or to know what I don't know about. Like that's just how vast He is.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah. Yeah.
This morning, that's how I felt about marriage. I was just like, there's a part of me that's like, I've learned you up to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
Side note, if you haven't heard the episode 2 from last week, Give Me Jesus, go back and listen to that because God has been shaking up our foundation,
Yeah.
which is causing us to have to relearn each other in a different way as
different
well. And
way.
so for me,
Right,
it's just like, I
right.
thought I knew you,
Yeah.
but then we are having, mostly this year,
Mm-hmm.
this year,
We've
been having many moments where it's just like,
this
let's
is a different
talk.
this
Meet me at the
lots of
table.
conversations. Even
Lots
when
of
and we didn't
conversations.
share this when we went to Jamaica, we had a hard conversation.
We had a few
On
hard
vacation
conversations.
in Jamaica. We didn't get to touch on that point, but it's like Ty said, it's like
It was necessary.
it
though.
was definitely, and it's always
good.
necessary, always.
It was
And I can appreciate just us, God giving us grace to be open to have these conversations because
Yeah. Can I give a side note to
Uh-huh.
that? But even on that note, yes, it was Jamaica. Yes, it was beautiful and many things to do. But at the
yeah.
same time, I say it was necessary because there were so many interruptions that were happening in real time in life, back at home.
Yeah.
That when we were there, it's just like, we don't got nothing but time.
Yeah.
And it's like, we could say we're wasting time combing through the weeds of our relationship, but at the same time, it's like
making us stronger.
But right now, this time is uninterrupted. We got time. So let's chill. Let's shoot the breeze. Like, let's enjoy the sun. Let's enjoy the water, but let's talk at the same time.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we did.
It's a business trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, it was really good. But I think one of the words that came to me to kind of describe where we are right now in the season of marriage is the word reset. And I think in last season, we talked about resetting, but we were talking about just the things that we're doing, certain areas in our life that we needed to reset. But
we know it was gonna
little did we know that, not only God is resetting some things on the inside of us in our relationship with him and our trust, but also in our marriage. And so I was like, that's the word that comes to mind for me, is a reset. Because like you said, like we felt like, okay, we're at this point where we think we know each other. Not to say that, because we're going to always be changing and growing, especially as a believer, like you're going to be transformed. And so things will change, but it's just like you want to, a certain part of you wants to hold on to, like, okay, I know this about my spouse, or I know this is what they like, this is what they don't like, but missing the part where it's possible that they're going to change.
Absolutely.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think the tension comes when you're changing, one is changing, or you're both changing. The tension can come when you're not communicating it.
Yeah. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of those things is, and I know this ain't in your notes.
Go for it.
At all, but this is what we do. Are we going to talk about it?
Yeah.
This is.
Let's go. Let me get a little comfortable on this sofa here.
So I think one of the challenges is I'm beginning to learn and understand some of the nuances of me. Mm-hmm. I'm beginning to come to grips with how my brain works, how my emotions work, how my heart functions, and to begin to lean into those feelings instead of running away like, being in denial or always passing blame, right? Mm-hmm. And so one of the things for me that I've noticed is that I love consistency. Mm-hmm. I love things that do not change. I need structure. I need things to be the same. I need to know that if I put this sock there, it's going to be exactly where I left it, even though it don't belong there.
Even though it got a hole in the heel.
Don't do that.
I just had to. We talking about socks. Okay.
It may not belong there, but at least I know where it is.
Where it's at.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that consistency and that structure. Mm-hmm. So for me, it is, I don't want to change many things because I've learned about myself that I need that structure and consistency. Where you on the other end, you're the type of person that's like, once I go to a restaurant, I've been there. Yeah. Now I want to go to another one. I'm the type of person that once I find a restaurant I love,
let's stay here. Yeah.
We can go there almost every day. Mm-hmm. And I know that doesn't work with our relationship, but that works with me.
Yeah.
Right. And so sometimes there's a lot of tension because you're in a world where things are ever evolving and you love change. I won't say you love change, but maybe you adjust just more to change than I do. And so like in comes the tension where I'm just like, I've learned you. I finally, after 10 years got you figured out. And then it's just like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. You don't like that no more. You don't do that no more. Like you're not into that no more. Whereas to you, you're looking at me and you're just like, bruh. Like it's the same thing.
So that is a really good example because I noticed about myself that because of how you are, and before we really had a deep dive conversation about that, I was getting frustrated. I was thinking like, he don't see me. He don't, he's not paying attention to me. He's just kind of like going with what he thinks.
And if I can say the same, that's how I felt. Well. Yeah. She don't see me. She don't get me.
Like she don't see my effort in doing this or setting this up for her or, whatever it is. Like, it's like, but until we were able to sit down and have that conversation about this is how I'm programmed. This is how I'm wired. This is how I think. And then me sharing it, but also understanding. And then it's like, okay, we got to give each other grace when it comes to that. Like it really helps to smooth out some of the rough patches, like some of the things that were becoming hiccups or consistent hiccups. Like that we've experienced throughout this season, like it really has opened my eyes more to say, okay, I do have to give grace, with that. But it also requires us to be more open, even in talking to one another.
Yeah.
I think one of the things you shared with me recently was like, I was sharing some stuff that I was dealing with, and you were like, you didn't tell me. I forgot exactly what you said, but you were asking me why I didn't open up and share that with you. And I had to really like sit in that. And I think partly is because I think for one, I didn't want to blame you or make it sound like I was blaming you for it. And sometimes for me, I like to just internalize and then take it to the Lord. But in marriage, here's the thing. In marriage, what I'm learning, it's like what I'm learning, it's like you're in a development room, but your spouse is there with you. It's like I was like, if you're a single person, you're living on your own, it's you and God. Yeah, you might have your community, your accountability, but it's different when the Lord is working on you and your spouse is there. And then also, of course, even your kids are there if you have children. And so it's like, it can be kind of hard to open up when the Lord is really like dealing with you and disciplining you in some areas to where it causes that tension between you and your spouse.
Yeah, if you think about like when like a lot of people who are single don't want to be single or don't like being single, and they're just like, I want to find somebody. And even if you're not talking about long-term marriage, it's just like you want your person, right? But in those moments, it's like whenever you get frustrated, whenever you get mad, whenever you don't want to see your dirty laundry, you can hide it. You can run. You can go back home. You can retreat for a few days and say, hey, I'll hit you later after I cool off. But just what you said, you're in a development room, and it's similar to like, in marriage, sometimes we'll be in the closet and one or the other would start undressing. And it's like, bro,
I know you.
It's like it's nothing, but at the same time, there's also an aspect of it that's just like, dang, I can't get no privacy.
I want some privacy. Yeah,
I love you.
Yeah,
yes, I adore you. Like I love being around you, but I want some space to me. But I echo that within marriage, it's just like in real time, almost like sitting on a stage with your spouse sitting in the front row. And literally stripping yourself down butt naked. And just like, dang, I have to allow you to inspect almost every crevice of my life.
So for me to then have to like open up and share that, like the things that are happening, it's like it does not feel comfortable at all. But it is a disservice if I don't.
Yeah.
Because you're wondering like, what's going on?
So the hardest part for me is like processing all of this in real time or opening up in real time, being vulnerable in real time. Because like, just like being single, it's easy for you to retreat for 3 days.
Yeah.
It's easy for you to just be like, and even within marriage, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to be like, you know what, I'm shutting down, or we're not going to be intimate until I figure this out, or we're not going to spend time together, or we're not going to go on any dates until I work this out, or you're going to be on that side of the house, I'm going to be on this side of the house. The hard part is in real time being able to sit down, like, listen.
This is what's going on.
This is just raw feeling. This is just raw emotions. I love you on everything, but like, can I share this without you judging me for saying it? Like, can I say, and I'm not talking about being reckless. I'm not talking about being intentional about trying to hurt somebody or expose somebody. Like in marriage, you should be trying to cover and protect your spouse. But at the same time, like, who did you marry? Like, did I not marry my best friend?
Right.
Like, can I not talk to you about what's and if I can't talk to you about it, then who am I talking to? You know what I mean? Like, who else is standing ready to listen to what I got going on in and I'm not even just talking about somebody of the opposite sex. Right. Gotcha. But
if you can't go after you go to God, if you can't go to your spouse,
absolutely,
then I think the order is kind of.
In many of those cases, like, so like, and that's a good point as well. Like, I feel like marriage also is a direct depiction and a parallel of God's love for us, or God's relationship to the church or to the body. And it is like, it's a direct correlation. And I feel like a lot of times, I'll just speak for me personally, it's much easier for me to hide from God than it is to hide from you. Mm-hmm. Because with God, it's just like, all right, God, you already know this stuff about me. I already know you love me. I already know you
and that's
cover
the thing,
all my
knowing that
offenses.
He loves us, knowing like, okay.
But when it come to you, it's like, I know she loved me, but is it unconditional?
Yeah.
Though? Like, I feel like there's stipulations and conditions that are governing her decisions. Mm-hmm. And so now when she does certain things, I'm questioning, what does she mean by that?
That's good.
What is she, but it also pushes me back to my relationship with God. Like, have I been taking you for granted? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, are there things that you're trying to reveal in me that I have run away from that I maybe need to lean into? Like, okay, ooh, God, I can't question your motives.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this still don't feel good though. You know what I mean? Like that's tough in real time.
I think one of the other areas for me, because when it comes to that, I think about trust. And I think that's what I was sharing with you about. Like, I don't have a problem, and we don't have a problem with like infidelity or trusting one another when it comes to being faithful to each other in that way. But then there is another level of trust. Like, can I really be vulnerable with you about everything? And it's tough. What makes it tough is when there's already tension. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't want to talk to you right now, because we already kind of got some situation happening. Yeah. We already have this tension happening. So why do I even want to talk to you? Why do I even want to come to you and tell you what I'm dealing with? And that can be, what God showed me was like, it's your level, your trust. Like, are you truly trusting your spouse? And then like, are you trusting that this is the person that God has blessed you with?
So what's the answer?
So yes, yes.
Sort of.
By the grace of God, look, by the grace of God, I'm able to trust you. Because he showed me that. He was like, you ultimately have to depend on God. Like, he's ordering our steps. He is laying out the path. And even if you as my husband may veer off or not get it right or things like that, I still have to trust God's plan for us. And honestly, that can be kind of tough sometimes, because with me and my background, I'm like I'm a recovering independent woman.
Hi, Taryn.
Hi. And so like, to be able to have to trust this human who will mess it up, in total honesty, but still trusting the God in you. Like, and I thank God for that, because I understand that sometimes in certain marriages, it don't work like that. Like, you may not have a spouse who has a relationship with the Lord, but God is still faithful. God is still sovereign, and kind of like leaning on that. So for me to have a husband who truly walks with the Lord, like, I can understand how,
and still don't trust
him.
Listen,
No, just working through that. I think that's one of the areas that the Lord was showing me. Even when I left my job, he was like, this is not between you and him. This is between me and you, which means my dependence has to truly be on God first. And through that, then I'm able to walk with you and trust you and love you and all of that.
Yeah, I think so. Even for me, one of the hard things about that is, obviously, as a leader, as a head, as a covering, as a protector, as a provider, for me, it's hard to hear things like that, because it questions everything that I'm supposed to mean and represent for our marriage and for our relationship. For the record, I'll just give y'all an example. She doesn't trust me to go to the grocery store. Hey, bro, I trust that you ain't gonna cheat on me, but I don't trust you.
Trust you going to get the right stuff at the grocery store.
I don't trust if I tell you to go downstairs, look in the cabinet, and I need you to get this coffee mug that looks like this, that says this. I don't trust that you're gonna bring me the right one. And if I can't trust you with that, how can I trust you with the bigger thing?
Right? And I've said that to you before. In all honesty, I've said that, right? Y'all, we getting real on this one. This is a real one. It's a real. Yeah, that is true.
If I can't trust you with the small things, how can I trust you
with the
bigger things? And I think a lot of times in marriage, like, it's highlighted that trust issues are always infidelity or
Right.
faithfulness,
Mm-hmm.
which is a big deal, obviously.
Yeah.
But then on some of the smaller levels, they're also a representation of the bigger levels. If you were to
Mhm.
go out of town for a week, would you trust that I would be able to take care of home while you're away?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, dang, I ain't asking you to answer in real time.
I said I would
But you
trust
could have
though.
gave me some type of
I said,
baby.
mhm.
Oh yes, you would absolutely
Yes.
like you would take care
I
of.
trust you with our kids. I trust that they
She
they
putting
go.
on for the camera.
Now
she wanted
Taylor
to say
hair,
no.
I don't know because I was thinking about
Hey,
that. I was
no,
like, you gonna have to comb her
nah,
hair.
bro. I've been working on
Especially
edges.
with it pressed out.
Nah,
Oh, yeah.
I've been working
Yeah.
on edges. Now the rest of it, she has some
She
edges,
gon-
but
she
the rest
gon-
of her hair.
I don't know what the rest gonna look like.
I don't know what the rest gonna look like. But
She have edges.
one of the things that I think both of us have found is that there is a big difference between our trust being in God and our trust being in each other.
Yeah.
Like I can trust you, but my trust doesn't have to be in you.
I think part of that is because it's like we make mistakes. Like
Yeah.
we have to acknowledge the humanity side. Like
Mhm.
we gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
Like we mess it up.
Yeah.
But in marriage, like still being able to trust each other, like the word, like 1 Corinthians 13 says, like love holds no record of wrong. And I know you be trying to get me on that all the time, but like don't be counting, don't be
She be
counting.
like, she be like, so what did I say? And I'd be like, babe,
Run the receipts.
I'd be like, y'all, I don't keep. That's the crazy part. I don't keep receipts. That's the crazy thing.
That's great.
And-
You're
and-
really
and- and
walking
she
out
don't
1 Corinthians
she don't
13
understand it,
very
but,
well.
But real talk, I
Very
don't.
well.
And so like when I let go of something, I let go.
Yeah.
And so like I don't remember. Now part of that could be that I just don't have a good memory.
we need to go get that check. Nah,
I just don't have a good memory. That's a blessing. That's a
thank you, God.
You got an elephant memory, and so for you that thing's like, oh,
I see it.
I got all. Yeah, I don't.
But
so
the
like, we just keep
power,
moving.
the power in that. This is the bottom line, though. I believe that this when we're faced with tension in marriage, things that we maybe don't like, want to adjust, change. It's like we have to. It's an opportunity for God to get glory. It's an opportunity for His power to show forth in our life.
Absolutely.
Like, and that's what I go back to. I'm like, Lord, okay, I'm feeling this way. This makes me, I don't know, this is uncomfortable, but this is a power opportunity for you, you know?
Mhm.
And so do I want Him to get the glory out of this?
I
Like,
sure do hope so.
can God do it? Can He help me? You know?
Can these dry bones
Can these
live?
dry bones live? Like,
You
and
know.
so it's an opportunity to definitely walk in the Spirit through the power of the Spirit.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for God to show forth His power, and because I mean, when you look at the grand scheme of marriage and the purpose of it, it goes beyond just, of course, just having a companion or just having intimacy with one another, but it's also a sharpening. If we're supposed to be being transformed on this earth to look like Christ, to, you know, be purified, sanctified in righteousness and holiness, it's just like your spouse is there to help with that.
Yeah.
And keeping that at the forefront,
Mhm.
you know, I think it helps. It don't necessarily make it easy,
Yeah.
but it helps when you're able to put things in perspective.
Mhm.
Like, God, you sent me this person because obviously it was something in me that needed to be purified or taken out.
Mhm.
And it comes by way of marriage. You can't come by way of your relationship with your spouse. It can come by way of even in your parenting with your children. That mirror will be turned on you, and that sounded so country just now, but once that mirror is up to your face and you see yourself from the reflection coming from your spouse,
Marriage will tell on you.
it will tell all your business. It will tell all what's up in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah. If
Man.
you've not done a self-evaluation yet, don't get married.
yeah,
Don't.
yeah.
At least so you know at least half the stuff you dealing with. Not with them.
Mm-hmm. And even after you
With
get
you.
married, like, continue
Yeah.
to examine your
I'll
heart.
say that too.
Continue. Like, it's not a one-time thing. That's what, after 12 years of marriage, like we're saying, like, it's not a one-time thing where you think, okay, I know my spouse, I got it. Because you're continuing to be perfected in holiness and righteousness.
Yeah.
Like, so change is gonna happen. Like, you can't be Like, it's gonna happen.
It is.
Now, are you willing to endure as it is happening? Like, are you willing to stick it out and communicate with your spouse what's going on and being unified? And I think that was one of the last points, like remaining unified throughout the changes, throughout the reset. And so,
that's perfect. That reminds me of something we talked about a long time ago. But we talked about just because you're unified doesn't mean you have to be uniform.
Yeah.
And so, like, I know that, in marriage, the two shall become one.
Mm-hmm.
So become, like, we're becoming one. Like, we are one, but becoming one at the same time. Like, it's emerging, it's a meshing. Even how the Bible talks about how can two walk together except they agree. Like, we're walking together, but we don't got on matching outfits all the time.
Right.
We're going to the same destination. You know what I mean? Like, it's not always, it doesn't always mean that we're going to be thinking the same exact thoughts, but that's the process of becoming one. It's just
and becoming one requires talking.
Yeah. Like, hey, what are you thinking? Yeah, I wasn't thinking that. Yeah. Bro, what are you feeling? Nah, what? That don't, wait, huh?
Yep.
Or, many times when we're miscommunicating, or maybe, you're offended by something and I'm just like, that's not what, no, that wasn't I didn't mean that at all. You know what I mean? Like that's the part where it's just like taking two people trying to smash them together. It's just like, bro, this thing take time. I was single for 27 years.
Right.
Before I got married. We've been married for 12. Bro, we ain't even hit the
tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, like we ain't even tipped the scale yet. It's like I'm still trying to figure this.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure me out.
Exactly. Yeah. That part.
I'm a match with you and I can't coordinate with myself.
Right. And that's where grace is needed. Like understanding grace with yourself and grace with one another throughout the waves, the ebbs and the flows of marriage. I think what recently came to mind was just my vows that I said to you on our wedding day. And they ate me up, Ty, because I think it was a part in there.
Recently?
I didn't read all of them, but it was one specific part that I
got them right there.
Where?
I got them in my wallet.
My vows?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, you don't have yours, so yours is on video. I got
Mine is right here.
Okay, but it was one specific part that just kept echoing. I'm like, this got to be the Holy Spirit trying to like just check me. But it was a part about if we ever hit a plateau in marriage that I vow to like do. I'm paraphrasing my vows. You can go get the paper. But it was just like talking about if we ever hit that plateau. And I think coming up on this hill of 12 years with this reset that's happening in our life, it kind of felt like a plateau, but like being able to like push through. I promise to still, show up. I promise to still, do all I can. I'm making that part up. But just that plateau part just really stuck out to me, like, dang, like, okay, still got to walk these things out. Yeah.
I don't feel like you gave me enough credit for me saying that I got your vows.
I want to see
him.
Bring the receipts. You got you come on, receipts. Mr. I don't keep receipts.
Oh, guess what? My wallet is sitting right here.
Oh my goodness. Bring them out.
Bring them out. Oh, they better be in here.
Look, all that showboating.
We looking at all my money. Ain't nothing in this wallet.
Like Tyler, he said, I got $8. He brought a quarter.
GameStop card.
Wow. Come on, Vows. Where they at?
Hold on, man. Give me a second. Patience is a virtue.
Yeah.
You know what else is a virtue? Honesty.
Birth certificate? Not birth. Social security card.
I need you to be in here, bro.
No, you said you keep no record. No, that's different.
Hey, look,
that's out of context.
That's what it was.
What?
It was in my other wallet. It was in my other wallet.
Is that them? Those are my vows or yours? You have mine? Stop playing with me.
Wow.
Stop, bruh. I need a copy of this. I was looking for it. Where is it at? Where is the part at? I want to read it though. If I ever feel like we've reached a plateau in our marriage, I promise to look back at all of the special moments that brought us to where we are today. the day that I become your wife. So yeah, I got to look back at those moments and keep moving forward. I told you I was paraphrasing. I vow to not let anyone or anything separate us from accomplishing God's ultimate purpose for this union. I vow to respect you, serve you, and submit to you in everything.
You mean everything?
Everything? That's it. So we here 12 years coming up.
And that boy still carried them vows in his wallet.
And we still pushing forward to the glory of the Lord. Amen.
I felt y'all on the other side of the screen. Y'all ain't think I was going to have them. Y'all worried about me.
You felt me? Because I was like, I don't think he got them.
Y'all worried about me. I ain't even going to hold you. I was like, Lord, please let it be.
Let it be. All right, y'all. We done held y'all up a little bit longer than normal. But thank y'all for listening today. We hope that it encouraged you. We hope that it made you laugh. If you got holes in your socks, go throw them in the trash. Anything else? I'm just saying.
Once you've been married for 12 years, you just let things like that roll off your back.
Yeah. Roll off your back.
But I got a big back. So it's going to take a little bit longer.
You don't got no big back.
I do when it comes to my feelings.
I wasn't even talking about you. You feel convicted about socks? Okay, I'm going to let him and the Lord deal with that because I wasn't even coming for him.
Don't throw away another pair of my socks.
I'm throwing all the holy socks. Holy for the wrong reason.
My feet need to breathe, man. They get
Bruh,
hot.
it's getting cold outside.
Tap my cup so we can finish.
All right, y'all. We out. Bye.
Bye. And another thing.
Nah, turn that mic off.